Hey, this is Lady C. Welcome to another episode of Hidden Struggles. And in this episode, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the PIMIs, the physically in, mentally in Jehovah's Witnesses. They might be baptized, and then again, they might not. But whatever the deal is, they still believe in Watchtower teachings. Because I've been noticing an uptick of these PIMI individuals coming to my videos and commenting. And, they always have this little nasty attitude about them, like, oh, I know you were disfellowshipped and you need to come clean about why you were disfellowshipped and stuff like that. They may not say it exactly like that, but I know what they're saying. I know what they're meaning when they're trying to accuse me of being disfellowshipped. And when I look at the Jehovah's Witnesses, to me, disfellowshipping doesn't mean anything, because I've heard so many stories where individuals were disfellowshipped and it was almost like the deck was stacked against them because the brothers really didn't care about whether they were telling the truth or not. They just knew that they were going to disfellowship this individual. So these people who seem to think that disfellowshipping means something, it really doesn't. So, of course, one person came up to my channel and they were talking. I'm not even going to put their name on the screen because it's not even worth giving them any credit for even coming out on the internet at all. So I'm just going to kind of paraphrase the fact that the person was trying to accuse me of being disfellowshipped and being dishonest when I actually told that person, no, I was not disfellowshipped. I had enough sense to do my research and to find out that this was not the truth. And fortunately, I was able to walk away with my dignity. Oh, no, they didn't accept that. In their response, they were saying, oh, no, there's so many people on the internet that lie. And you're one of those people. And I was like, you know what? I'm not playing this ping pong game. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing that. Because when I come out on the internet to share my experience with individuals about how I left this religion, helping people to find a soft place to land when they leave the religion, I don't have to sit there fighting with a PIMI. Okay? And I really feel like the reason why they're on the internet in the first place is because they are actually looking for something themselves. Because when the Watchtower tells them not to go online and talk to people who left the religion, and of course they're going to call us every name in the book, they're going to try to, assassinate our character and anything that they can do so that they can continue being at the Kingdom Hall, because the Watchtower has promised them that they're going to live forever on a paradise earth. They believe that. They want that. And when they come on the internet and see us talking about the Watchtower, they realize that a lot of things that we're saying, there's a ring of truth to what we're saying. But a lot of people just don't want to accept it for one reason or another, because we're actually taking away their hope. Imagine if somebody sold you some fool's gold and you think you're going to capitalize and cash in on this money eventually. And all of a sudden, somebody comes online and starts talking about, oh, this is not really real gold. This is fool's gold. You're going to start trying to find every way that you can to discredit the individual that's telling you the truth. And that's exactly what these PIMIs are doing. They're coming out on the internet and they're trying to punch holes at everything you say, to the point where they're playing the game of semantics. If you say the wrong word, if you tell somebody your experience that happened 20 years ago and you miss out one detail, they want to come back and tell you that, see, you're lying. Oh, you can't believe this person because this is not how this happened. And when you really think about it, the Watchtower is changing their teaching so much that the person that is telling a story from 20 years ago, that was their experience. But we can't help it because the Watchtower has changed the teaching, and this person just came on board with Watchtower 5 years ago, and they don't know enough about Watchtower history to look back to see that what this person is saying is actually true. because along this journey, everyone has an experience. And a lot of people, they keep up with some things. And then, of course, they don't keep up with everything. But like I said, we know what we're talking about because this is our life experience. And so, like I said, we're getting so many people, and it's an uptick of PIMIs coming out here trying to, divert people's attention away from the real truth and the real facts. Now, when I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses, there were things that were going on in the organization that, I did not, like, or I didn't think was really all that great. And there were some things that just didn't match up all the time. And you were that person that was trying to plan for your future. And the only thing that they put in your face was a new system. They never told you about, oh, one of these days you might retire in this system. They never said that. Yet there are many millions of witnesses around the world that are facing this very situation. So what happens to these individuals, they get older. No one can speak for those individuals. They're in nursing homes. They're living with their family members who were actually being shunned by them at one time, and now when they get sick and they get up in age, the Watchtower is pushing these elderly people onto their family members that were used to be Jehovah's Witnesses. Those people may have been disfellowshipped, walked away, whatever it is, but now they're telling these individuals to go to their family members. And so all I'm saying is the Watchtower continues to recycle people. And when they recycle people, these individuals do not know the history of the organization. So they come out on the YouTube channels and they try to pick a fight with people. They want to, twist up your words like a pretzel. They're like an octopus all over you, trying to tell you how wrong you are. And they just engulf the conversation. They try to muddy the waters so much that they just get away from the actual truth about what you're saying. And as I stated earlier, they try to find any fault. If you say it instead of at, they say you're wrong, you're lying. If you say this instead of that, oh, that's not right. You said this and it was that. They find the most minute detail that they can try to pin in the conversation so that they can discredit anything that's being stated. Like I said, when I was a Jehovah's Witness back in the day, we used to talk about the things going on in the organization all the time. And so I often would tell my husband, if we had the internet back in the day, I know I would have gotten out back then, because a lot of the things that I hear people talking about online, they are the same things that we were talking about as well. We were talking about, the different teachings that are changing, the way the Watchtower only tells people to pioneer. And then, of course, the big thing is they didn't want us going to school, right? So if we didn't go to school and we didn't get our degree and we didn't, seek higher education, then okay, now they're sending out these letters asking for attorneys and people who have professional licenses that they can help out in the Watchtower at Bethel. So it's like, oh my God, it is really interesting how all of this transpires. But getting back to my main point, a PIMI, physically in, mentally in Jehovah's Witness, they're getting on the airwaves more now, and they're starting to come to our channel more. I had this one person that went to every one of my videos and made the same comment. And it was like, oh my God, they're making their way through all of our videos. I'm not sure if they're actually listening to the videos, but a lot of people will ask the question, why are you here? As they're trying to comment on our videos, that's the big question. Why are you here? Because the Watchtower says what? Do not try to talk to an apostate. Because if you are known as one of Jehovah's Witnesses to be talking to an apostate, someone that left the organization, we are not disfellowship. We didn't get caught up in their judicial system. Who cares if we did? Because it's the same thing. It's all a big lie anyway, so it doesn't make a difference if you got disfellowshipped or not. But these individuals can be disfellowshipped if they're known to be talking to someone who is disfellowshipped or someone who is an apostate who left. So, why are you here? Because you're looking for something. There's something missing in your life. And I really believe that you're looking to get a validation. You're hoping that when you come to the YouTube channel and you hear something on that channel, on that video, that you're going to hear something that you can refute, something that you can say, oh, I know they're not telling the truth. And not only that, but when you're at our channel, when you come into my channel and you're commenting on my videos, I'm not the only XJW channel that you see. And you're probably concerned because there's so many ex-Jehovah's Witness channels. And there's so many individuals that are leaving this religion. And just like you're a PIMI, physically in, mentally in, there are a lot of people that are PIMO, physically in, mentally out. So, I mean, it's amazing, the churn rate of the people that's leaving this religion. And I'm going to end on this note. There was an individual that sent us an email a couple of years ago, and he said that he was so furious with himself because he was a PIMI at one time. And he came on one of our videos, and he just kept going back and forth, trying to defend the Watchtower. And finally, after many posts going back and forth, he finally realized that what we were saying was actually true. And he was just kicking himself. He said, if I would have just opened my eyes and listened to what you all were saying, I would have spared myself an additional 3 years in the Watchtower. So anyway, I just wanted to just come out and make that little point about the PIMIs and to tell you all, the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, to keep on doing your videos. Do not let these people distract you from your message, because they will if they can. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed Hidden Struggles. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next podcast. If you're interested in sharing your experience about how you can help others to learn life lessons without going through the experience, I look forward to hearing from you. Please send me an email to info@hiddenstruggles.com.